Coronation Street, Sally Metcalfe beaten up in shock pre-clash, can she escape? Coronation Street viewers saw Sally Metcalfe pleading other daughter Sophie Webster to help her in tonight's first episode of the ITV soap after being beaten up, but will she be okay? Sally, played by Sally Dynevor, seemed to be settling into prison life at the beginning on tonight's first trip to Coronation Street. The underworld worker was seen meditating as she came to terms with her new environment, much to the annoyance of her new cellmate. Although the fellow convict appeared pleasant to begin with, she soon turned on Sally when the factory worker refused to give the threatening character her emergency phone card. As she pleaded with her daughter Sophie, Brooke Vincent, to get her some legal help, the phone cut out, with Sophie desperately worrying about her mother. On visiting Sally behind bars in the second Friday night episode of Coronation Street, her family were relieved to see Sally had escaped with just a few cuts and nothing more serious. Viewers of the ITV soap saw Sally sent down on Wednesday night following her first court trial in the case of fraud being made against her by scheming Duncan Radfield, Nicholas Cleves. As the former mayor went to make a phone call, she was stopped in her tracks by her cellmate, who wanted to make a call herself but using Sally's credit. "Well, it's all I've got and I need to make some calls," Sally told the intimidating woman as she refused to give her the credit. Turning up the heat, the woman instructed Sally, "Tell you what, you have a word with that rich husband of yours and he can buy me some extra credit." Sally had innocently told her cellmate she used to be mayor of Weatherfield, leading the woman to assume Sally was rich. Continuing to deflect the intimidation, Sally was dealt a menacing threat. "I'm not the sort of person you say no to, you'll learn that," the woman told Sally. Sally was then seen making a call later in the episode, bloodied from her run-in with her bully cellmate. Tearfully telling her Sophie about what had happened, Sally urged her daughter to rehire Paula Martin, Sterling Gallagher, as her lawyer as the broken woman regretted firing the lawyer. "They beat me up, Sophie. I just can't take it in here. You need to get me out. I want to come home," Sally cried. Trying to comfort her mum, Sophie was left in a state of panic as the phone line cut out with the restaurant manager fearing for her mother's safety. Will Sally ever get justice and escape the threat of life behind bars, or is her future looking bleaker than ever? Will her new cellmate make her life a living hell? Sally represented herself in court after discovering her lawyer Paula was sleeping with her youngest daughter. In a fit of rage, Sally made a phone call to one of the prime witnesses, which later came back to haunt her when she was denied bail as Weatherfield lawyer Imran Habib, Charlie D'Amelio, used the call against her. Earlier in the week, Sally had exposed Imran as a love rat as she informed Leanne, Jane Danson, and Toya Battersby, Georgia Taylor, were both sleeping with the lawyer. In an act of revenge, Imran had hoped to incriminate Sally further as he was representing Duncan, but was left apologizing when his actions went further than he expected. As she was led off, she tearfully yelled, "I don't want to go to prison. Please don't send me to prison. I'm sorry."